Hello everybody and welcome to this best of three match. This is the third match out of the three that I have casted between Shine and Flash, and now they are on this fucking huge map. Look at the distance; it is ridiculous between them, and this is gonna actually go into the favor of Flash as he wants to be. I mean, he's a Terran, so it goes into favor of all Terrans, unless you're trying to do some shenanigans or something like that. Then it's pretty bad for you. Uh, one of the it's not a close spawn. It's a cross map spawn. They're pretty far from each other, and I wonder what Flash will decide to do in this situation, considering that he has all this time on his hands. I mean, the distance is just giving him time. Expansion. I mean, he has opted to go for very fast expansions in the previous game. Didn't really work out for him that well. Shine managed to capitalize on that, punished him for every step of the way, and managed to take the game. Barracks coming in straight away. Standard wall off. It's gonna be placed here, or it looks like it anyway. No shenanigans is on the way. Drone scout apparently going to the center and then back. Oh, maybe he's just worried about proxy barracks or something of a kind, so he just does a bit of scouting as yeah, definitely worried about a proxy. Well, maybe not. He's just sending an overlord in yet another direction, and to his great misfortune, none of these overlords are going to hit their targets. Or this could actually just be a misclick, cause yeah, I don't know. Expansion coming in faster than Flash this time. A bit of a more normal game, I would say. But both of these overlords are not going to hit their targets. They're not going to have any scouting information of whatsoever, and I do believe that it is more important for Shine to have some scouting information than it is for Flash. Flash going straight away across map. I'm guessing that he figured out, since Shine didn't scout him by this point of time, that the overlords have not reached him. He must be that the odds are good that he's actually in a cross bomb position. Actually, some good logic there if he has been thinking in such a way, or maybe some other way, I don't know. But in any case, Flash manages to catch him from first try, sees the expansion coming in, doesn't bother going into the main. I wonder why. Uh, well, I mean, if there's an expansion here, it doesn't mean that he's going to need that much more information. He's better off saving that SUV and making sure that it harvests a bit more resources. Meanwhile, Reaper is going to come in all the way from the other side of the map, and he's going to go for some harassment here. Will he manage to actually get any kills? No, he will not. Maybe a Zergling? No, not unlikely on creep, especially considering the fact that he is alone completely, and there are 6 Zerglings. Fuck, my phone is ringing. Hold on. Malin. En ik coach Swiss. Dobra, dobra. Ništa posebno, nešto vamo svoje. Jesam, jesam. Ajde ćemo. Sorry about that. Phone ringing in the middle of the cast. Apparently it was my grandmother trying to find my parents, who are in the other apartment, and apparently they're not answering the phone. I wonder why. Nah, just kidding, I love my grandmother. Anyway, coming back to this replay, these Reapers are not doing shit. Basically, some scouting information, but that's it. All in all, I would not say that they have paid for their worth. They're just hightailing it out of there. I honestly don't see a reason why they should retreat. They should just at least stick around the base, try to get some more scouting information, etc. In terms of workers, it's 26 to 21. The differential is still quite low. They're on par in terms of bases, and plus there's a mule, so it's 22 to 26. 4 more workers for our Zerg player, Shine. Oh shit, yeah, it's 32. Definitely not more. The, Oh shit, there are actually Zerglings coming into the base. These Reapers need to be very careful. This is going to be a bit difficult for Flash to hold out. Very micro-intensive. Fortunately, Hellions have just come out, and those Zerglings are no longer going to be a significant threat. They're just going to get burned alive. Flash now popping in. He's popping the worker production, but he cannot possibly hope to match his Zerg counterpart, not like in the game 2. Third expansion coming in as well. I wonder, is Flash going to go? Yep, Flash already has it. He's just upgrading it and waiting for, I suppose, the ability to secure that expansion before he places it. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a pointless effort. So I wonder what his game plan will be here. We'll see a bit. I suppose that will reveal itself a bit later on. Double engineering base, so that's a good hint. We're gonna see a shitload of Bayou units, I imagine, or you could just be placing these for a wall off, but I can think of better things to wall this off with. We'll see if those upgrades start kicking in. Then it's definitely going to be a huge Bayou ball coming in. Is it? Yep, there we go. Are we gonna go for the infantry armor? No, we will not. Yep, here we are. He was just waiting for those resources to kick in. This Overlord just standing here in the back. I imagine he's going to use it at a certain point of time just to get some information when he feels like he needs it. What is the status on our workers? It's 39 to 45, so Flash successfully managing to keep that differential low. A creep spread, I would argue that this is not one of the best creep spreads that I've seen. I've seen far better ones, spreading it like to here or something like that, and then just pushing across the map and making that long tunnel towards the enemy's base as well. Flash's force quite weak at the moment, but he's not really constructing that force to make a push or anything of a kind. It's more of a map control thing. So 1-1 Zerg round coming in, and 1-1 for Flash along with Steam Pack. Steam Pack about to be done. That's gonna... Oh, that Steam Pack, it can backfire on you so fast. Shield coming in as well. Wondering if we're gonna see 3-3 upgrades in this game. Not that uncommon in StarCraft 2 games. Very uncommon in Warcraft 3 games. Just because the game duration is a bit shorter and the game has more dynamics to it. It's a much faster gameplay. But in any case, we see a Spire coming in, and he's going to need a good amount of Marine force in order to counter whatever comes out of that Spire. At the moment, he has 9 Marines. This is not a sufficient number, not by far. Oh man, this Overlord is shitting on his expansion plate. Well, maybe he's puking or shitting. That's debatable. But yeah, I mean, it looks about the same, so it doesn't really matter that much. What do we got here? Vikings, I imagine. No, Medivacs. Should probably pop a Viking or two just to go about the map and get those Overlords wherever he can. So we got a good bio ball now with 2 Medivacs, and SUV is going to claim that expansion to start mining there. Probably will need more defenses here to prevent those run-bys. I mean, don't need a complete wall off, but he will need to make this passage a lot narrower if he hopes to hold here. There is a possibility of an entrance from this position as well. However, that's not that big of a deal as he can get sandwiched here. Oh, Zergling's almost managing that to execute a successful run by, although there were too few of them. I don't think that they would be able to do much. Bailings are here, and we have Hellbats. Yeah, they can provide a good wall off for pretty much anything, but they're not going to last versus those explosions. Those Bailing explosions pretty much wreck everything up. Marines with Stimpack and Shield as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Shield is pretty much finished. Mech weapons upgrades coming in, nothing to be unexpected. Usual gameplay. 3 Bailings going for naught. They've just died in vain. Creep spread. Ooh, the creep spread is actually pretty big, taking the 1/4 of the map. I would argue that the creep has spread to almost the 1/4 of the map, and now we have those. I love Mutalisks. I love the way my brain works. I mean, it remembers so many things. Well, not really, but yeah, you get the idea. making a shitload of supply depots just to prevent run-bys from the other side. They're not going to last for long, but sufficiently long to prevent a run-by or something of a kind. Those Mutalisks, they can do so much damage, and you need to be so careful not to... I mean, so dependent on your marine numbers, and if those Bailings pop on you, the rest of your army is just gonna go down, no problems. Actually, his whole army, the majority of his army consists out of Marines at the moment. These Mutalisks should be doing more. They shouldn't be just flying over your own space. Very little point in that. Flash doing some cleanup work. He's preventing this creep spread, doing a quarantining, containing it, I suppose. Not you cannot place him under quarantine. Zerglings coming in combination with Mutalisks, but the main force is coming back. And at the moment, Shine does not have a sufficiently large enough force in order to challenge Flash in the open matchup. But he does have the ability to harass like mad with these Mutalisks, but he's not doing it. There is just one missile turret here, but there are a few Marines as well. However, in the main, same situation. Not the same situation, he just has like 4 Marines, that's it. They could be crushed pretty fast, but the real danger are those Widow Mines. They can do a shitload damage. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any. Tor coming in, so we're gonna see some wreaking of havoc in this Mutalisks if he has a good position. 3-3 upgrades are underway quite fast, with them 50 Zerglings and 23 Bailings coming in. That's quite a lot. Flash preventing the creep spread. This is all gonna recede very soon, and Shine is gonna have a hard time, but not really. Look at this. Flash's force is being crushed here completely and utterly. His line is not deep enough, and those Bailings with those Mutalisks pretty much own everything. That one Tor didn't do shit versus these Mutalisks. Speed boost didn't really help these Medivacs. They went down to these Mutalisks very fast. 4 Marines at a time, that's a bit slow. He needs like 11 or 16 or something of a kind in order to make a valid production effort, in order to be able to stop what is coming. And here we go, Tor, missile turret, everything in position to defend against those Mutalisks, and he's able to do it. But the real problem for Flash now is that it's going to be really hard for him to take yet another base, especially considering after you've lost the battle, you generally need a victory in the field to establish another base. Otherwise, it's a major risk to do so. One Tor coming in, I would argue that this is not enough. That you need more than one, just because not because the volley is weak, but the volley is slow. It takes a while to fire. It takes a while after a single volley. It takes a while for another one to come in. Meanwhile, a run by actually. Oh shit! God. Oh, those poor drones and mules. They just weren't meant to live for long. That's the way it is. Sorry. Unfortunately, the creators of this game have deemed it so, and you must submit. Whatnot. Anyway, good amount of Mutalisks actually here. Quite a bit of them. What is their numbers? So 20 Mutalisks here, 74 drones, which is basically an optimum for Zerg. I've seen people go for 100 or something like that, but that's an overkill. You're taking up a lot of supply, and you start to lose games in the field. 54 for Flash, along with 3 mules. And what is going to happen is, well, that he's going to get overrun if he does not claim another base or something like that. Because he's not going to be able to take this one anytime soon. His army isn't really far off, but it's not exactly a fast-moving army due to those tours, and he has enough Bailings, I think, in this composition just to smash against this expansion and destroy it if Flash isn't really careful. Perhaps that is what he should have done, and as opposed to just blocking it into coming into being. 3 Zerglings coming in just to make sure, just to see where the army is actually. and unfortunately for him, it is stationed right here, being upgraded to Fortress, actually, not an orbital command center. Mutalisks flying by those defenses, going for the main, not much in the main, but the production facilities are here, and level 3 weapons upgrade for Meg has still not been upgraded. Doors being dropped, volleys being fired, but those Mutalisks are still relatively good in terms of health. I mean, they're still combat effective, even though they're like half down, most of them. And here we go. No, not the drones, go for the planetary. There we go. Expansion goes down. Some might argue that it's better to kill all these drones, all these workers, but I mean, when you take the expansion down, I think that's a bit better. Anyway, in my opinion, I don't have to be right. I usually am not regarding StarCraft 2. And there are a shitload of mistakes that I make, but oh well, what can you do about it? Eventually, over time, if you guys approve and like, I'll continue casting and they'll get better. Mutalisks coming in from the back. These supply depots are doing more good than harm at the moment if the Zerglings and Balings are not present, but this ball is just massive. I mean, oh man, we have Ultralisks coming in. There are 2 of them in existence, and there are more on the way. 2 more are on the way. Level 3 upgrades. He's gonna need so many Marauders. Does he have the setup for Marauders? Yeah, sort of. Sort of. Yep, there we go. Marauders coming in, but he doesn't have enough of them in production. I think he needs a lot more in order to be able to shut those Ultralisks down. I mean, he's gonna have enough by the time they come out, but I'm just not sure if he's gonna have enough after the fight, if he's gonna have enough production capabilities after the fight to rebuild. This expansion being re-established, and he really needs to make some sort of barriers here, narrowing of path. Perhaps not the full wall off, but just the narrowing of path in order to make it impossible for those Balings to just make a run by and a quick snipe, because I mean, if you don't, you're just waiting for that to happen. You're begging for it. You're waiting for the same scenario to repeat itself over and over again, and that is never a good idea. And now Shine is out of control completely. He is just expanding and re-expanding, taking up bases. This is really looking bad for Flash. Corruptors are now coming in, although I can't imagine for what purpose. Oh wait, right, of course. We'll see. We'll see. No. We'll see. He's not going to be able to make... His Vikings are not going to be as effective with those Corruptors, and even though there are no Corruptors in the game, is a unit that's going to come along. I forgot its name, that spawns those things. You see, I haven't played this game in such a long time. I've forgotten so many things. Mutalisks just making quick work of it all. They're destroying these units. They're basically disappearing. In spite of that, actually, Flash manages to push it away, but not before he actually almost reached his base. He pushed him quite a bit downwards, and this creep spread is just insane. I mean, he almost has 2/4 of the map covered in creep. This gives him such a huge advantage. What can Flash do at this point of time, if you ask? He can try to successfully claim the same amount of expansions and hope for the best, but we'll see. It's Flash. I mean, he's not a new player to the game. He has been in tight spots before. He can manage. I am confident. I mean, if this was Boxer, if this was Boxer playing, I'd be like, to the last possible second. I mean, it doesn't matter if he has 1 building left, I would still be uncertain whether he would win or lose, because I've seen some of the matches that he has played, quite a lot actually, and he has managed to pull off the impossible, quite literally. Like, there's no way that those things could have ever happened in reality, and yet with him against all odds and against all possibility, they have. Wow, actually, sensor tower being placed here. Good move. Preemptive detection. Although there's a small passage here that can be utilized, that is not covered completely. a two-prong attack actually. Yep, there we go, these things. Broodlords, of course, they're called Broodlords, for fuck's sake. Uh, Viking numbers quite low, but then Broodlord numbers aren't that high. Should move these Marines to shoot at these Broodlords as they are there. I've seen people use Ghosts to effectively combat them as well with snipes. Not a bad choice, but maybe not with this patch. Here we go. Overlords going down, these Broodlords being chased, but hey, guess what? Corruptors are here with Mutalisks, and you don't have good Viking numbers. You need way more. I mean way more than 4. I'll just switch to production tab because the current unit tab is a bit too big. And Flash making a incision basically. This is an incision into the Zerg base. And it looks like he's gonna trade his one of his expansions for the for 2 of the Zergs, for 2 of the Shines, but will he manage to actually take down the second? Oh no, Bailings are there! Oh shit, massive explosions. Actually, they didn't take that much. Probably did, but the size of the Flash's army is quite big. They are at 100. He's at 100. Oh wait, his supply is dropping really fast with those explosions. But he was quite high. Now he's at 108. What is going on with this expansion? Actually, it survives. It is not sacked at all. It still stands. It still endures to mine success. It's not mining successfully because it's under a lot of pressure. But he has taken down 2 of Shine's bases, which is a significant step forward. Unfortunately, Shine is taking up his expansion on his side of the map. And what will... No, this is cleaned up. These forces should get out of there. Ultralisks here. This will not hold. It will definitely not hold versus all these Ultralisks plus the Bailings. But honestly, I am surprised that it has held this long considering the pressure that has been mounted on this expansion. And now these Ultralisks are being chased. They cannot be slowed down by these concussive shells as they are too large. But there's always team packs. They are trying to kill some renegade units here. This one Marauder, this bastard without a mother, he's going forward. That's how they call them in Korea actually. These Marauders have no mother, something like that. He has managed to survive with 7 HP. 7 kills on him, and he's running about providing vital scouting information, and he is actually planning to return to base against all odds again. Unfortunately for Flash, Shine is mining from here, but guess what? This base, it's not looking too good. This base gone, main gone of course, natural gone of course. And the mining for Zerg is pretty bad at this point of time. This is nothing. I mean, what is the resources are, right? Of course, I forgot the hotkey. So look at this. I mean, the mining, it's not that big at all. They're not getting that much of an income. I mean, look at this. Even though it looks like they have the whole map, this is not the scenario. This is just a creep. These are not bases. Very far from it, in fact. More Vikings in production, but I wonder how many Vikings does he actually have? He has 0. He has 0 versus quite a bit of Mutalisks. That's not gonna work. I mean, no way. And Corruptors, you need way more than that. This expansion happily mining away, although he will need another base. If he plans to win this game, he will definitely need another base to occupy and push. He has not moved out of his small corner of the map here. He's not taken any bases outside of it, and that is hurting him. That's hurting him now, and that's gonna end up hurting him in the later game as well. Extremely painful when you're just trapped here. Oh shit, those Bailings. Oh man. Oh, disgusting. What is the status on workers? He has 13 workers. That's nothing for this stage of the game. That's how much losses he has taken. That's how much battering he has endured, and he still stands. He still fights, and in fact, he is pushing. And he is successfully pushing the Zerg force, but what do we have here? Infestors are in the play. Those fungal growths are doing devastating things, horrible things to those units. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes now. Flash GG's, it is over. Shine moves on, and Flash does not. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the replay, etc. I will try to cast some other replays that I found on the net. I don't know, people just keep posting them, and I just keep casting them. When I have a large enough replay pack, I'll upload it, make a channel, and hopefully you guys will enjoy.